On this episode, we hang out with Brent Devers of Orange Leaf. This episode of the Hashtag Celebrate Columbus show is sponsored by Orange Leaf of Columbus. Well, what's up everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. My name is Josh Burnett, and I want to thank you for watching this very special edition of the show. With me, I've got my friend. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Brent Devers. I'm the managing owner here at Orange Leaf of Columbus, and I appreciate you having me on the show. Josh?
Hey, I'm glad to have you. Thank you. You might not know this, but when my wife and I moved back to the Columbus area, I was looking for a job. We didn't know what we were going to do next, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to work at a church or not. And so I went and spoke at the Ridge, and afterwards, Brent came up to me, and we didn't know each other at all. And he said, hey, if you're ever looking for a job, I would love to help you out, and I think that you could help me here at the store. And so I said, man, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. So this is an actual shirt that I got to wear working here at Orange Leaf, and I just want to thank you for just the way that you helped me in my time of need, and it means a lot to me.
Well, it was a pleasure. It's great having you around. We should have you around some more.
Yeah, so we are here today. All of our questions are about Orange Leaf, and some of you might be asking yourself, well, isn't Orange Leaf a franchise? And I'll say, yes, they are. But the good news about me kind of being in charge of the direction of the show is that you get to make an exception every now and then, and the reason why is because Brent and his wife Lindsay have just been huge supporters of our family, and that's why we're going to talk about Orange Leaf. And also, personally, it's my favorite frozen yogurt around, so I hope you'll indulge me in this episode. So let's get into the show. What do you love most about being a local business owner in Columbus?
Man, I mean, Columbus is such a cool city to be able to own a business in. The relationships that I've made with people both inside and outside of the business are by far the most valuable thing I think that I've had in the last year and a half. My employees and the people I work with outside of Orange Leaf, be it the schools or the kids commons across the street, we've built a relationship with them, and Diane Robbins over there, and it's great. We work together with each other for some common goals. Yes Cinema, we work with them, Columbus Bowling Center, the schools, the high schools. All those relationships are really cool, and they're relationships I wouldn't have built otherwise, not having been at Orange Leaf. And the one thing that I'm probably most passionate about is my employees and building them here. I get a lot of first-time jobs. This is their first job, and I really like to take them and bust them out of their shell, watch them grow, and I've had a really good group of kids and adults that have come here and worked, and especially the younger ones that I can watch grow in their employment here from 15, 16-year-olds, and then the 1 year just see a big change in who they are, the responsibilities that they're willing to take on, and that's probably the coolest thing, and that I like to sit back and watch and see how they grow.
And one of the things I've noticed too about you, Brent, is when I was working with you, is that you were always working with business development and talking with other businesses of how you could help them and how you could partner together in some way, whether it be, bringing a party box over to their store and, helping their employees to just know how valuable they are, or, helping an event go on. I mean, you always seek out other businesses and say, how can I help you enhance your business, and maybe we could work together. And so sometimes I think with a franchise or a business in general, the owner is not as day-to-day with operations, and I really appreciate the way that you get down and dirty and you do everything here at the store.
Yeah, it's really cool to be able to be here and be kind of in control and really have all the aspects of the business at my disposal. And my business partner kind of allows me to take the store and be the managing owner and manage it, and he doesn't micromanage me, and I think our relationship works really well together. And Andy Russell is the one that kind of helped me make this all happen, and we work really well together. And being able to go out to the communities and help them show their appreciation for their employees is a really neat thing to see.
So how did you get into the froyo business?
Well, considering, I guess, where I started, most would probably think that this is the last place that I would be at right now. Originally, I've always been in landscaping, irrigation, and things of that nature. I went to college. I have a degree in horticulture. Shortly after college, I joined the Marine Corps. Spent 5 years in North Carolina and overseas. And when I was out of the Marine Corps, came back home, I got right back into irrigation. I did some commercial irrigation in Indianapolis. And it was kind of, my first experience at Orange Leaf was in the one in Franklin, right off 65. And I remember that I just thought it was so good that I just happened to grab like a pamphlet that had franchise opportunities on it. And I don't know, it wasn't a possibility at the time, but I just grabbed it. And I was like, I just want to get some information on it. I happened to look into it, months later, and the area was purchased already. So we couldn't, there was no way that, it just wasn't even a possibility at that time. So years later, 2 years later, or even more, as I'm driving back and forth to Indianapolis, I keep passing an Orange Leaf sign, and I keep thinking about why there's not one in Columbus, because there should have been one for a year and a half, 2 years, and it still hadn't come. And it was originally going to go on the bottom of the coal. So I happened to call Orange Leaf franchise operator, and he said that it was open, and they're not, the owners of this area actually were thinking about selling it. And I just jumped. My gears started turning immediately, and I hit the ground running, and I was ready to make it happen in Columbus.
So what's the best part about Orange Leaf being in the Commons?
I'll tell you what, whenever part of the reasons why I jumped on Orange Leaf so fast, and I really, Andy and I were able to take it, know it was such a great idea and move so fast, was because this space was open. And it was open for a while, and just having this awesome playground, in Columbus, indoors, with the Orange Leaf, just feet from it, just sounded like just a perfect idea in addition to the Commons. So I think that being here, you have the kids, we have the kids' Commons right across the street, all the events downtown, this allows a really quick and easy snack for someone to come on any day. You can bring kids here whenever the weather's bad. If it's too hot out, they can come here and play. They can enjoy a cool treat. Cummins is just right on the other side of that back wall, and I get a lot of Cummins people here, and it's just really neat. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of events downtown, and it's always changing, and it's always interesting, and it's always fun.
Yeah, and during my time working here with you, I just thought it was so cool to see how the local community, you kind of spoke to it, the downtown businesses. Yeah. I mean, they're looking for something, for a treat in the afternoon or for something during the day, something different. And you're able, Orange Leaf is able to provide that for people. They're looking for some frozen yogurt, and so they come here, and every time they get done, they go back to work, and they're just re-energized after they have some froyo for a little bit. Yeah. And I've always loved it, just being able to see them. I'd be like, hey, where do you work? And they'll say, a downtown business. And one of the really cool things is you do a downtown discount.
I do.
And why do you do that?
Just to show some appreciation for the downtown community. They, a bulk of our business, a good portion of it are business people downtown. And I think just offer them a little 10% discount as they frequent the store more often kind of, shows my appreciation for them frequenting the store. And it's a good way, to have them come back and know that I appreciate them.
Madam, I am not a number. I'm a unique individual. In fact, we are all unique individuals. We are not numbers. Ooh, that's me.
What's something going on this summer that you're excited about at Orange Leaf?
The cool thing about Orange Leaf right now is we're kind of in this state of transition where, you know, our slogan is "Be Orange." You kind of were a part of that as you were working here. We've got a new mascot. We've got the orange unicorn, who you might be able to see behind us, and he's on the shirt.
Yeah.
So the thing that Orange Leaf's trying to do now is be different than everybody else. So some of those changes that we're making in the transition to be different than other self-serve, frozen yogurt, or ice cream places is we have fixed cut pricing now, which is really cool.
What does that mean?
Typically, the way that a store like this would work is you grab your cup, you load it up, you get your toppings and everything, you get to the end, you'd be nervous, sweating a little bit sometimes
You never know
because
how
you'd have
much it's gonna be.
because you'd have to put it on the scale.
Right.
And then it's priced per ounce. And you know, it always fluctuated. So what we have now is we have 3 cup sizes. It's $3, basically $3, $5, and $7, and those may change soon. I think we're going to go down a little bit on the middle and the larger cup. But you know what you're paying.
Right.
So you get your cups, 3, 5, 7. You take as much froyo, however you want. We also have handy dividers in some of them that you can, if you can't make up your mind, you can divide it up into sections. And toppings are included, syrups, everything's included. You get to the end, price never changes. So
I feel like that's a huge benefit that you guys have gone away from the scales. You've thrown out the scales, and now it's fixed cut prices. I feel like it's a better deal for your customers.
It is. They take advantage of the cup and they really fill it up, and I mean, they're doing the right thing and they're getting the benefit here.
So what else is exciting?
Our flavor changes. Orange Leaf is really doing a good job trying to develop some new flavors. It's tough because we have 100 flavors or so that's available to us. The latest 2 are the most interesting so far.
Yeah.
It's kind of following that Be Orange campaign that's going out right now. We have Spa Day Sorbet. It's a cucumber mint with a lemon base, so it's very refreshing, especially on a hot day. Strawberry Serrano lemonade is also interesting.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a strawberry, or it's a pink lemonade base, and it has strawberry and Serrano chili peppers in it.
Really?
Really. So it's spicy.
Yeah.
Hit you on the back of the throat kind of after about 5 to 10 seconds, and it stays there.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. You get the cold and then you get the heat. I love it, and it goes really well mixed with the cucumber mint.
Yeah, that's a great idea. You can pull the middle lever.
Pull the middle lever, and it does swirl them together. So,
Nice.
And that's on all our machines. So we do try to have complementing flavors in those that we can swirl to make some really cool combinations. Couple other things coming up. You know, more things through the transition. We have more product development. We have some more flavors that we're hoping are going to come out soon. And in September, there is a campaign called the No Kid Hungry campaign.
Okay.
Last year, you know, it was our first year opening, and we were the number 2 store in the country as far as raising money and food, meals for hungry kids in the nation. So I think we provided somewhere around 12,000 meals.
That's incredible.
And basically that's all customer-driven stuff. They purchase a special cup. That cup gets donated. We were the first or second in cups. I think we might have been first, but I can't say for sure. We were either first or second, but I know we were second overall in raising money and raising food for the No Kid Hungry campaign, and that's coming up in September, and I want to be first this year. So we need to make this happen, make Columbus special again, and I think that we can do really big things and put Columbus on the map for something again.
That would be really cool, guys. If you could be the reason why Orange Leaf is #1 in the nation for raising funds to help children with hunger. Hey, Brent, you said that we've got a special deal for those watching the #CelebrateColumbus show. So why don't you tell everybody about that?
Okay, so what I want everyone to do is like the video, obviously, share the video. What we're going to do here at Orange Leaf is randomly pick 2 people to win a party box. And what a party box is it's this. It comes without the holes in the top. We punch these out and has 30 cups in it. So it'll hold 30 cups in there, and then you can set this thing up as a little miniature bar and put your toppings in here, and people can take their cups of froyo, top it how they want with 5 toppings or no toppings. It's your discretion. And I'm going to give away 2 of these just for sharing the video. We'll pick 2 winners, and it's a great treat. I think you guys will love it.
That's awesome. That is really cool. I really appreciate you doing that for our hashtag Celebrate Columbus show watchers. I think that's going to be just a really added value for those of you to keep sharing the video and keep celebrating Columbus. Hey, and by the way, we're doing a brand new segment today where we're asking a question of the day. And Brent, you get to have the honors. So what is your question for the audience today? And by the way, guys, when this question is asked, I want you to answer the question in the comments. Not sure what you're going to ask, Brent, but I know it's going to be a good one.
Okay, maybe a 2-part question.
Okay.
First, for those of you who have been here, who maybe have been to both models of the store, being at the weighed and the fixed cut pricing, I'm curious to know your take on it, if you like it or if you don't, and why. And also, well, we'll just keep it at that. We'll just keep it on if you like the fixed cup or you like the weight, and tell me why.
All right, so you heard it right there. What do you think about the fixed cup pricing? Hey, one more time, I want to thank you for watching the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show, and thank you for coming on the show, Brent. You guys keep asking questions, and we'll keep celebrating Columbus together.